Welcome to the first ever episode of Weenie's Guide to Horror.
Here we go.
How are you?
Ready.
This is the first time I've seen Amy since David Harbour's birthday. How did you celebrate?
Just thought good thoughts about David Harbour, so it was pretty much a normal day for me. I was working, which I was a little offended. Trying to explain to my boss that, whatever. All right, here we go. It is too early to be watching a horror movie.
Like 11 a.m. and we are ready to watch Malignant, you guys. This is one of my favorite horror movies of the last few years, only because I went into it not knowing a single thing, which is what you're doing. Mm-hmm. So far, you've only ever seen the poster. Mm-hmm. And what do you think this movie is about?
A lady getting stabbed by a letter.
And do you know what the word malignant means?
I mean, I feel like I've always heard it in context of like a malignant tumor.
That's interesting.
Am I onto something? I genuinely have no idea. Yeah, I have nothing. Like even like, because I feel like I've heard people compare it to like Barbarian a little bit, which I have seen, and even that because I feel like they're both very like go in knowing nothing kind of movies, and Barbarian. I still knew like a little more than I wanted to going in. Not a ton, but like a little more. That was a ride. But this one, I'm like, I don't even know what kind of movie it is beyond a scary movie.
I would say that Barbarian is the perfect example of what to compare this to. And you're in for a treat. And now that I've said treat, all the puppies watching are going to get treats.
So let's walk on over to the couch.
All the way over there.
We're going to WALK.
Yep. You got this. You got this. It's going to be so much fun.
Okay.
Imagine this is our last episode.
I do one. I'm just like, pass.
Oh, no. Can we just close the channel? And,
I made a mistake, and I'm a big enough person to admit that.
No, but I think this is the perfect movie to start with because, first of all, it's just a one-off. It's not like you have to have seen 6 other movies to understand this movie. That is nice. And another good thing about it is that it's fun, so it's not just horror, but it is very spooky. So let's get into it. We made it all the way to the couch, you guys, and we are about to start the film. Are you excited?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how loud I can make this so I can hear.
69.
But not too loud. Because I don't like when things are too loud. Oh, I forgot that like the beginning of horror movies are always scary.
This one has like a wild intro. Like sets the tone.
I am still determined. Dr. Weaver, he got out again.
That was just a door.
Drinking the electricity and controlling our machines.
It's too loud. I'm calling it. I don't need to know what's going on. Ew.
Are you okay with blood? There's a lot in this movie. Should have asked before we picked this movie.
Strap him into the chair.
No, I'm actually pretty okay with blood. Jump scares are really what fuck me up.
Oh, we'll get ready. No, I mean not right this second. Like eventually.
It's time. We cut out the cancer.
I was right. I know words. What?
Cock knockers?
Right, yeah, that's why they have the same bangs.
Oh my God. Imagine that's the big reveal.
Is that why you attacked Bobby Flay?
Bobby Flay?
Gabriel is an extreme version of a teratoma, a tumor consisting of tissues, hair, teeth, muscles, bones, but more specifically in this case, it's a parasitic twin. What did you do to get in here?
It's just Voldemort. What's his name? Professor Quill. That's the twist.
Is it?
I don't know.
This is now siphoning more fluids and nutrients, resulting in severe weight loss. So Dr. Fields, Dr. Gregory, and
Must be
myself
nice.
concluded the only way to save Emily is to excise the teratoma. The gabrioles is conjoined at the brain. So full removal.
We can cancel our lunch order.
Brain damage.
Hey everybody, welcome back. I guess you guys didn't go anywhere, but we did. And
we went on a journey.
we went on a journey.
Whole journey.
But Amy survived.
I did.
Mm-hmm.
I did.
And what did you think?
I'm more grossed out than scared.
Oh.
I mean, not like in a bad way.
Yeah.
It was just...
It's not, I wouldn't really call it scary.
No.
But it's like horror-ish. And it has just, I think 3 twists.
Yeah.
I think the first one, well, I don't know what order this happens in, honestly, but I think one of them,
we
just watched it. I think one of them is the fact that the Gabriel and her are the same, like, person.
That he's...
Like
I do love that someone just watched the first Harry Potter and went,
we're doing that.
I'm on to something.
And then I would say another twist is the fact that at the end, when you think she shoots her sister and kills her,
yeah,
but it's really that she's in control now and she's tricking Gabriel.
Sure.
And then the third twist, I don't remember. Do you remember?
I don't know.
I think there's a third one in there somewhere.
I'm gonna say it. I think twist might be overselling.
Oh, okay. The third one was when nope.
Okay, good talk. I don't know. This is definitely a movie that I think I would have. It was fun. It was kind of cheesy.
Mm-hmm.
It was fun.
It's campy.
Yeah, it's campy fun. Some of the acting bothered me a bit. It had a lot of those horror movie like I don't like. Yeah, you're having your like about this, but like a human being would be like having a bigger response to this. I think like there was a lot of that. There was a lot of the horror movie like, no, I'm staying in the house. Like, no, you wouldn't. I mean, I guess maybe because the thing's controlling her. I don't know. It had a lot of those like common horror movie little like, I guess I'll just have to buy into this.
Oh, okay. The twist.
You get halfway through the sentence and
I swear I'm sober for this. It's just I've not slept. I'm so tired. But is when they make it think, well, make you think, the audience think that it's her imaginary friend.
Right.
I remember the first time I saw it, I started going with that. Like, oh, so that's what the reveal is that it's her imaginary friend and it's like a supernatural thing. And then you find out, oh, that's not really what it is.
Yeah. But I don't know. For me, it was a movie that, you know, the second people start telling you, like, don't look anything up about it, you're going to be expecting, your expectation's so high. And I will say, as far as, you know, this type of movie, because, again, I saw a lot of people comparing it to Barbarian. Right. I found Barbarian a lot scarier and a lot more unexpected and interesting. Okay. Just in the way, here's the thing, this never really shifted out of what I thought it could be. Okay. I didn't necessarily see it coming, that it was still like in her, but if you gave me enough time to stop and think, I probably could have gotten there pretty quickly.
You were figuring out a lot. Yeah. As we were going.
Because I'm super smart.
When we were watching
it was just that they had the same haircut.
Yeah. When
the mom had like the same bangs and I was like, that's her mom.
She instantly figured out that was the mom. You realized they weren't really sisters.
Because unrelated women can't have bangs.
You were like, oh, they look too different to be like
I wasn't sisters. Even, I didn't think I was, I think I was just trying to shit on the casting. I was like, they don't look very similar. Yeah. Who cast this?
And another thing you pointed out.
The unhinged set decoration. There was a lot. There was just a lot going on in there that was just the things in their house were kind of baffling.
Like, what was it? A rubber duck tape dispenser?
Yes.
Like, but it was like porcelain.
As every girl had in the 90s. Well, and their house there was a lot of weird visual, like she pulls up in this very, very old car to this, what would be probably a multi-million-dollar home in Seattle, this palatial, like, old home. And then everything in the home felt kind of worn and old.
Yeah.
So it just left me kind of going, what are they trying to tell me? Like, what tax bracket are these characters in?
All of them.
I guess. Yeah, they've had some good times and some bad times, but they never updated that refrigerator.
What did you think about the music? Because that's one thing that I love about this movie. It almost doesn't work, but then when you're watching it, like, works perfectly.
Yeah, I liked it. It gave you a good... Because I will say, like I said, I don't know that I feel this movie was terribly scary. Mm-hmm. But it was definitely gross, and it gave you that good kind of uneasy, like, I don't feel so good feeling in a cool way. That first sequence was scary with the husband.
Oh, right.
I feel like that was actually kind of the scariest part. Mm-hmm. And then it was kind of fun from there.
Mm-hmm. I would say this movie is very fun. My favorite scene is the prison scene, the reveal that Gabriel is in the back of her head when she just starts killing all the other people, I will call them people, in the prison cell. Some of them were a little because they were all shifty people. They were all like, they weren't criminals, but they were just like, what would you call it? Like, one had a mullet. I mean, they're humans, but they were like creepy. They were creepy.
I can't figure out if you're trying...
I'm just saying the people in the prison cell were creepy.
They
weren't like
they're still people.
But people with mullets?
The people with mullets are people too.
That's the slogan for the channel. I don't know. I just feel like when she was put in that prison cell, and then also they were like beating the shit out of her.
Yeah.
Right? That was creepy to me because I was like, they didn't seem like just normal. They just seemed like creepy. I don't know how to word it.
They're just like a bunch of tough prison broads.
Yeah. I guess if I spend the night in prison, I'll warm up to the idea of mullets.
It was less barbarian and more Megan.
Okay.
I thought.
Okay.
Kind of in that a little bit campy, a little bit fun, a little bit just like, yeah, there's gonna be some logical leaps and stuff that go with it. One thing that bothered me a little bit that we were talking about was that I never felt like I got an explanation. Like, I never got any, like, her mother dabbled in Satanism while she was pregnant, or there was, like, experimental testing done, or a fucking leak in the lab. Anything that was like, that's why Gabriel existed in the first place. That it was like this parasitic, unless I missed something. If I did, let me know.
Yeah, the only thing I'll say about that is, I think he was just a...
average, everyday parasitic growth on the back of a girl's head.
Right. But then I will say, I think the reason he was evil was because they were trying to get rid of him.
But how did he get, like, super
that
straight?
part, they didn't explain... And also, like, the electricity and, like, it's not really, like, telekinesis, but it kind of is, because it's through the, like, wavelength.
Yeah.
They didn't really explain that, but I'm okay with that, because sometimes I like not knowing. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I am hoping for a sequel, because now that we have this, like, crazy setup, and it's kind of like a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde situation, I'm excited to see what they could do with that next. I loved the fight sequences too, just the way they made Gabriel's body move.
That was interesting, yeah.
You know what's really funny? I didn't want to tell you this going into it because it would have spoiled it, but there are a lot of drag queens out there now that are doing Malignant and Gabriel routines.
That's really fun.
They'll play that music from the show or from the movie, and they'll like do a death drop and then like reveal the face.
That rules.
Oh my gosh.
I love that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I guess I want a sequel. And I guess I could see, because you said you've seen this a couple times.
Yeah, this is my third time.
And I guess I could see how, like, a rewatch would be interesting just to see.
Now that you know. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that reveal. I was a little bummed. I don't know. Do you ever want the movie to let you feel smart about something? And it's so dumb, but it bothered me when she was like, when he hit the back of her head, it woke him up. I was like, I felt smart that I'd figured that out.
Yeah, I just think if you went into this movie like I didn't know a single thing the first time I saw it because I didn't see the trailer. I had seen just the poster. Mm-hmm. And I think that's what blew me away. If you went into it not knowing at all there was any type of twist, you wouldn't have been expecting it or looking for it. Mm-hmm. And then I also think just if you can go into this movie without knowing there's even a twist, but too late if you watch this video.
Hopefully you've seen it already or are not planning to watch it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I guess when I heard twist, and Barbarian-esque, I was picturing more the way Barbarian made you keep going, what movie am I watching?
Yeah.
And the twists in this all felt very...
All three of them.
But it was all... Yeah, that makes sense in the genre of what this movie is.
Yeah. So overall...
Which is not a bad thing. That was probably just a bit of a calculation on my expectations, which it's always unfair to put that on a movie and then be like, I didn't like the movie because I thought it was going to be a different movie. So for what the movie was, I thought it was fun. I thought it was fun.
Overall, how scary would you say this movie was?
Not terribly.
So, coulda weenie.
Coulda weenie, woulda weenie, shoulda weenie? Well, I feel like it's a conversation we're probably going to have 8 million times on this channel, that horror and fear and scary is so subjective, right? If you are watching this trying to figure out if you can handle it, if you do not like blood, if you do not like, if you have any, inability to handle like medical stuff and body horror.
Right. There's a lot of body horror in this.
This is not the movie for you. There is some pretty intense body horror going on. Those are not things that particularly bother me.
Right.
For me, it's way more like
jump scares,
tension, jump scare kind of stuff. So for me, like that first scene where it was like, the door closes and the thing's there, the TV, that was really cool with the TV. And it's like there. But again, that made it feel like it was supernatural. And it's kind of not. Some of it didn't quite line up. But that scene was scary to me. And had they kept building on that, I think it would have been scarier. But I feel like it was that horror movie when you kind of half saw the creature, which was the lady. It was scarier. By the time we got to the cop like chasing her around the streets of Seattle, it really didn't feel that scary anymore.
It kind of changes tone.
Kind of becomes an action movie with a twist and a body horror angle. So I would say if you can handle gore, if you can handle body horror, and if you can handle medical stuff, go for it. You could absolutely handle it. It's not terribly scary. Yeah. If any of those things are hard for you, though, probably stay away from this one.
So basically what you're telling me is that next week we need to up the horror. You weren't scared at...
I don't recall saying.
I think that's what... I think if we were to rewind this, which I don't know how, but if we...
we can't. This video's gone forever.
If we had this capability. Amy just said, up the horror. So next week on Weenie's Guide to Horror, we will be watching Smile.
I didn't care for the trailer for that one.
Which Amy has not seen yet.
No.
But it's also
I've seen the trailer and I think I'm good.
We're going to see the rest of it next week.
Head goes all the way around. Lots of heads going the wrong way in this.
I know.
A theme.
It happens. Well, thank you guys for joining us for our very first episode of Weenie's Guide to Horror. I'm sorry to all three of you with mullets that I have offended. I was just trying to say the prisoners. Canceled. I know, prisoners were...
who are people. Just so you...
I'm telling you, they were not like normal prisoners. There was something creepy about them. Maybe it was just because she was like being ganged up on or like outnumbered or cornered.
Like weird... campy, like central casting prisoners, I will say. They really leaned into the like lady with the big blonde hair and the low cut top with the bad midriff. And I think she had like a heart tattoo.
Yeah,
like
I'm not one to talk. Oh, I have one somewhere. I don't know where it is.
Like on this arm. No, everyone felt very out of like central casting, like women who are in a prison. Again, there was a camp factor.
That's our target audience, women that are in a prison. So shout out.
Love you. Hang in there.
7 more months.
7 more months. And also, I don't know that the humor in this movie really landed for me.
Okay.
It was a little cheesy.
Campy.
Also, what happened with Officer Handsome and
wait. Okay, wait.
Store.
Now that you
great value Florence Pugh. I thought they were gonna end up together, and then there was the lonely horny chick, and they never paid her off.
That was like the one line in the whole movie that I was like, what the hell? When they are looking for the other half of the trophy that Gabriel kills the first doctor with, and then he goes, "You need to go find the other half. Like we're looking for the other half," and she goes, "Aren't we all?" And then they
established when they first, and it was honestly from a screenwriting perspective, it was like so on the nose. It was so tell don't show for me of like, uh-oh, here comes Officer Lonely Hearts. You know, like how you talk about your coworkers as they're approaching you. And then, yeah, they had one joke about it.
Yeah, and then that was it.
And then anytime we saw that woman again, she was a consummate professional.
Still looking for the other half of that trophy.
But just doing her job. So let's lay off. And then he clearly had a crush on the sister.
Oh, yeah.
But again, you see, you forgot, and you've seen it how many times? Because it...
Tress, like the amount of twists.
I don't know.
And I remember all of them. Ready? Imaginary friend, twist. Gabriel's
I
twist.
I just feel like it was not a horror movie where I cared deeply about what was going on in, like, the personal lives of the people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, you heard her. Again, she said, up the horror and go with Smile next week. Same place. Same time.
What's under your beanie, Taylor?
A mullet?
There's a little face under there. I'm leaving. No.